Okay, hello boys and girls. Thanks for coming back for the next part of our lesson. So we are working with windshield wipers, and you should be able to see that on your screen. And then also we are learning about rhythm. Rhythm is a pattern of long and short sounds and silences. Silences just means where there's no sound is also a part of rhythm. Rhythm is an element of music. It helps to make up music. All music has some kind of a rhythm. There are some songs that may not have a rhythm at all, but most music has some kind of a rhythm. So we learned our windshield wipers poem in the last video that you saw. So in this video, what we're going to do is I want you to listen to the windshield wipers poem as I say it. You can pat the steady beat along with me, but what I'd like you to listen for is some of the sounds are longer and some of the sounds are shorter. So I'd like you to listen for the shorter sounds, shorter sounds, shorter sounds, shorter sounds. This time you just listen. Here we go. Windshield wipers, wipe the windshield, wipe the water off the pane. This way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, in the rain. All right, very good. So this time I would like you to listen for the longer sounds. Pat the steady beat with me. Steady beat, listening, here we go. Windshield wipers, wipe the windshield, wipe the water off the pane. This way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, in the rain. Okay, very good. So we have listened for long sounds and we have listened for short sounds in our rhythm. Okay, so the first thing I would like you to tell me what long sounds you heard or what words you heard that sounded a little bit longer to you when we said the windshield wipers. Go ahead and tell me now. Okay, good. One of them was pain. Okay, I heard pain was longer too. All right, is there another one that is a long sound? There is one more that was a longer sound when we said the windshield wipers poem. Go ahead and tell me now. Yes, very good. Rain. And these two happen to rhyme, but they don't have to, okay? So we found that the long sounds were pain and rain. Wipe the water off the pane. Okay, so pain was a longer sound. And this way, that way, in the rain. So rain was a longer sound as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do, that means all of the other sounds were short sounds. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to write the rhythm. Okay, so you will need a pencil and paper because you're going to write with me. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to make some lines like this. This is where we're going to write the rhythm of the poem. So you can draw this with me at home. We're just going to call these rhythm lines. Okay, you can make a whole bunch on your paper. All right, and if you need to pause the video here so that you have enough time to write these down, that's fine. Go ahead and press pause and then come back when you are ready. Okay, so we said that the long sounds to our rhythm were pain and rain. Okay, that means all of the other sounds are short sounds. So today, our long sounds we are going to write with a half note like this. It's sort of like a D, okay? And that just means that there are 2 steady beats for each time you see that half note, okay? So for example, wipe the water off the pane. Okay, you see how pain got 2 beats. Pain. Okay, very good. Same thing for rain. You will see this way, that way, in the rain. Okay, so rain gets 2 beats as well. So we're going to use a half note. Okay, that means all of the other sounds are going to be short sounds. And the short sounds, we are just going to use this one, which gets 1 steady beat. And this one is called a quarter note. Okay, so for example, you'll see that each one gets 1 steady beat. Windshield wipers, wipe the windshield, wipe the water off the. Those are all short sounds, okay? So each one gets a quarter note. So let's go over here to write our rhythm. And if you need to pause at any point, you can, okay? So we are going to write our rhythm. We said the short sounds get the quarter note. So let's just do one line at a time. The very top line, windshield wipers. So it will be windshield wipers, wipe the windshield. Those are all short sounds, so we're just going to write them down. Wind, shield, wipe, ers, wipe, the, wind, shield. Okay, all of them were short sounds. Let's go down to line 2. Wipe the water off the. And remember, pain, when we get to pain, pain is a long sound. So we're going to give that one a half note, which gets 2 steady beats. Okay. Wipe. The. Water. Off. The. Pain. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that a little bit more clearly there. So you will see that pain, wipe the water off the pain. So pain was that longer sound. So we are using a half note with 2 steady beats. All the other ones are short sounds, so we're using a quarter note with 1 steady beat. Okay, let's go on. This way, that way, all short sounds. This way, that. way. Now this way and that way are all short sounds. And we can see on our screen that happens 1, 2, 3 times. So this, we know this line is going to happen 3 times, so we don't need to write it again. You know what you can do? You can put at the end of the line, you can put this, and that just means repeat it 3 times. This way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. And then we have our last line, in the rain. And we remember our only long sound was rain. So rain gets a half note with 2 steady beats. Let's try the last part. In the rain. In the rain. Rain gets 2 steady beats. It's the longer one. Okay, so if you need to rewind that, boys and girls, or if you need to pause at any point to slow down and catch up, that's totally fine. So you can see this as many times as you want. So now what we have done is we have created a rhythm, a pattern of long and short sounds and silences. We have some long sounds that get 2 steady beats as a half note, pain and rain. We have some sounds that are short and they get a quarter note, which gets 1 steady beat. Okay, so when we write all these together, this is what we get at the end. So very good. Boys and girls, if you have followed along, you have just written your first piece of music, which is great. Yay, good job. So that's pretty awesome that you've written your first piece of music. Again, if you need to pause or if you need to rewind the video and try it again, you can certainly do that. So what I would like you to do now is, with someone in your house, I would like you to practice saying the poem, maybe while one person keeps the steady beat and another person says the poem. And then you can switch and try it the other way. Okay? Thank you for joining me for our music lesson today. You have written your first piece of music. I'm very proud of you. Very well done. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.